Brand new, all ebony, Ariel Carmeli 4-point Hoppe style with some extra goodies compared to a standard Hoppe from the Master Cue Maker. This cue actually was featured at the 2025 Super Billiards Expo in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. It is also signed by Ariel, which is becoming a rarity. He normally does his AC logo on most of his cues unless it's a special situation. He signed this cue, and it's signed 4 of 25. Brand new cue. I love the way this cue feels. This is really tempting for me to hang on to. So if one of you doesn't buy it in a hurry, you might just see it disappear into a cave or a case or something like that. I really like this cue a lot. It's got a nice sleek look to it. Very understated. If you don't want something that's just super, super, super fancy, but that's going to perform on the table, this is a perfect cue for you. Okay, so I'm going to go over a couple of things about this cue specifically. Okay, so number one, you can see that it is Gaboon ebony all the way through. So the points, the forearm, the butt sleeve. Now what's great about the way Ariel builds, this cue is cored with purple heart. Okay, that's a 3/8 modified pin. If this cue was just straight ebony all the way through from the top to the bottom, you'd be dealing with a really heavy handle, somewhere between 16 and probably 17 ounces, right? 16.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. But because he cores with purple heart, in this case, and because you don't have a whole boatload of inlays compared to like one of his other cues, the butt weight is actually 14.6. So if you like a lighter butt weight, and the shafts, by the way, they are both 3.8 ounce, 13 millimeters. So 14.6 on the butt, 3.8, you could do the math. Now, if you wanted to add weight to this cue, you could. By the way, it is prepped for a Carmeli extension. Doesn't come with the cue, but it's already prepped, ready to go. Spanish bull wrap. I talked to a friend of mine just yesterday that's a high-end cue collector that was over here, and him and I both agreed that Spanish bull, for the money, compared to paying $300, $400, $500 for an exotic wrap, you really can't go wrong with this stuff. It's got a nice texture, nice feel, and it holds up really, really well, okay? Now, and by the way, these are sourced from Martin Bick over at Superior Leathers, okay? Superior Cues, Superior Leathers. Martin and Ariel have a very long-term friendship and relationship, and he does a great job with these wraps. Okay, so what makes this one special, to give you an idea how the pricing goes, Ariel's pricing for his 4-point Hoppe style cues at this time right now is about $3,500, $3,600, right in that range, okay? This particular cue is supposed to sell over $4,000. Well, you can see by my pricing, I'm a little bit under that. The difference between this and a basic 4-point Hoppe is this. That is an all-natural, real white joint right there. All-natural white notch diamond inlays in each point. He did not used to do those in the Hoppes. Okay, now you're getting an inlay in there. Natural white joint, natural white Hoppe, and then you've also got a natural white Hoppe ring at the bottom right there. So some nice added additions. I'll tell you this. You notice Ariel usually does a smaller joint. This full-size, all-white, natural, flat-faced joint combined with that purple heart core and that 3/8 modified pin is definitely a winning combination. I had this cue out when I first got it in from the expo, and I put one of my keelwood shafts on it. That's my personal preference. I play with the Tsunami keelwood 30-inch. Of course, there's a lot of different people that play with different things. That's my personal preference. You may like the maple shafts. In this case, of course, again, you've got two 13-millimeter maple shafts. In any event, with my keelwood, I love the way this cue hits. Okay, now the butt weight, again, is 14.6. I would prefer something like maybe in the low to mid-15s. If you wanted to get this cue to a heavier weight, you could easily have that done. But there you go. You're not going to see very many of these in circulation because Ariel has a very long wait list, like all of the master cue makers do. This is currently available at crossroadcues.com. If you're watching this video, make sure you check in with me to make sure that the cue has not sold. There is a contact form on our website, or you can call or text the number that's on all of my advertisements. Because of the natural material, there is no overseas shipping. There also is some restrictions where we can't ship to certain states as well too. So if you know that you live in one of those places, don't even ask. We don't violate any type of rules or regulations. We do things the right way every day without failure, no exceptions. How about this all ebony 4-point Ariel Carmeli? I'm going to give you a little bit of a close-up right here so you can see you have natural green and blue veneer. He normally does 4 veneer. Ariel and I had a talk after the show. He said that he really likes the way the cues have been coming out with 3 veneer. Look at those sharp points. I love that little hint of blue and green in there as well. There's some really good outdoor pictures on our website. First come, first serve. This one's signed, prepped for an extension. It has perfect everyday player written all over it. Perfect everyday player. Ariel Carmeli at crossroadcues.com.